Hi everyone, welcome to another video. This is me building a house using the new pack, ready for the Let's Play that I'm going to do on the YouTubes. So I've done a review video which will be out soon, but I desperately just wanted to try and use it for an actual build. So I put my people on this small lot. And I just wanted to see how many of the build items are actually useful, because while I was reviewing it, there was lots of items that I thought were just more related to the gameplay and weren't necessarily items you could actually build with. So it's interesting to see, because we have a lot of items, and it was just interesting to see how many of these items are actually usable. And it turns out not as many as I would have hoped were actually as useful when making a starter home. I feel like you've got to play through the Journey to Batuu pack to understand what all the different items do and whether you want them or not in your home. And then I was like, oh, how do I even make a Star Wars house? Like, what do they even look like? So I kind of went for this typical L shape and just started placing things to see if I can get something to look reasonably okay for this brother and sister that I'm going to be using for the Let's Play. I've got one that's either going to be with the Resistance or the First Order, I haven't decided yet, and then I've got one that's more of the scavenger one, like the in-betweeny one. I don't really know what they do yet, as I haven't played the game. I've just done a review of the cast items and the build items and then built this house. But we didn't really get any kitchen stuff. We got lots of windows, but we got lots of decoration items. But I don't know what the decoration items are for. And we got loads of lights. We got what, 10 lights? And the two are for the walls, or three, but then loads of the other lights just hang down from the ceiling, and you'll see in a moment that they're really low hanging and they're not actually as useful as I was expecting them to be, because they're so low hanging. It's like you can't walk under them at all unless you have the super high walls, which would then I think look ridiculous in a house. So I'm not sure whether these items are actually any good for building, and I feel like this pack is generally more suited to just if you're interested in gameplay. I haven't done proper gameplay for a good few years. I always seem to build the house, build the people, and then I leave them. I don't really do the gameplay, and I'm really gonna try and get back into doing the gameplay. One of the favorite things from this pack is that bench with the chairs, and it's a shame that the table and the chairs don't come as separate items, because I feel like I would use them a whole lot, but they only come as a set. I think they're actually meant to be for the outdoor areas, but I wanted to have this as my dining table in this house because it's so beautiful. While I was filming this stream, I did have to go out a couple of times because my dog is unwell. She ate some chocolate, so I just had to keep an eye on her. So I was dipping in and out of this stream, so there's probably a lot of pauses and waits, but that is the reason why. She's doing okay at the moment. I just have to keep an eye on her for 12 hours to see if she gets any worse, but at the moment she's just a bit sleepy, feels a bit sorry for herself, and is drinking a lot of water, which is mild symptoms, and I have to make sure that they don't get to be too severe. So here's the living room area, where there were a few sofas that you saw, and then there's this huge end table. And at the first, when I saw the coffee table that I've used, I wasn't really liking it, but I think now that I'm looking back on it, I think that's actually a decent item. It's not terrible, it's quite nice, it's neutral but decorated. So at the back I did a bedroom, and I think I did it for the guy sim, I think, and there wasn't any, we didn't get any new beds, we didn't get any new wardrobes and dressers. The windows don't really let in that much light, and I really struggled with the curtains, especially for the square ones. I don't know what curtains to use for the square windows, and it's not like they let much light in anyway, so maybe we just don't use curtains for these type of windows. And then I was just figuring out what to do for the top floor, because they're brother and sister. I was like, okay, they have to have 2 separate rooms, and I have to fit a bathroom in. And I kind of wanted them to have like a laundry area, because you know, if they're going on lots of journeys, then they're gonna need somewhere to wash all their clothes and stuff, right? And then I went for a ladder in this build because I felt like maybe it's more like Star Warsy to use a ladder instead of the stairs. I don't know. Like, we got a new stair style, which is kind of exciting because I do quite like the stair style, and I will probably use it in a different build. Like maybe if I expand their house or something, or maybe I will go out of my way and make a Star Wars restaurant that they could own as well later on. I just still don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about this pack. I kind of like that it's different, but it wasn't what I wanted from The Sims. Especially, like, I don't want my normal Sims just getting changed and looking like an alien and walking down the street, because the alien faces are hats. They're not, I don't know, special. But I guess you don't see because we already have Star Wars costumes, right? You don't see people walking down the streets as Darth Vader. So I guess it'll kind of hopefully be like that, in that we won't have the random Sims being generated as the aliens, because you don't see people wearing the Yoda outfits or the Darth Vader outfit or the other outfits that have already been in The Sims since it came out. I'm kind of hoping. We'll have to see when I start playing, and I guess I can always disable the pack for my other saves. It's just, I don't know, it seems more of a hassle than it's worth, because this pack has had so much hate. Like, if you saw like the trailer that they released for this pack, if you saw the trailer that they released for this pack, there are so many thumbs down, and it just seems like this pack is much more of a hassle than what it was worth. And I'm really not sure how successful it actually will be. I feel like there'll be a few people who buy it and post on the YouTube and the Twitch, and there'll be people that watch it, but they probably won't be buying it themselves. That's what I feel like. I feel like if people want to are interested in the pack, they won't go out and buy it. They'll just watch someone else play it. Like, having Batuu as a holiday destination, like, I get it, but why? Because if you're building Star Wars themed houses, you don't want to build them in the middle of like Willow Creek. You want them to be on a Star Wars world, but you can't build on Batuu. Batuu? I don't know how to say it. So again, I'm confused. So this upstairs layout may be a bit awkward. I didn't really know what to do with that room in the corner next to the bathroom. I kind of wanted it to be an office / laundry room, but then I couldn't fit a desk and the washing dryer machines. I guess I could have used the stack ones and that would have been better, but I didn't because I'm stupid. But maybe I'll go in and change that. That's what that room ended up being. And then I've got this kind of awkward shaped bedroom here for the girl. I think I called the girl Martha, and then the guy is called Darian or something. I don't know. You can see here how all the lights are hanging too low, and so I stick to the wall lights. I don't use the hanging lights because they're too big, and even if I size them down, you still won't be able to walk under them or around them, which would be irritating. So I don't understand why there aren't any normal lights. Like, why didn't they make normal versions of the lights so we could use them on our ceilings? It just seems such a strange pack, and I feel like the gameplay is so much more thought out than the build items, because it seems pretty like a basic thing to make sure we've got, like, you know, at least one hanging light for normal height walls that the Sims can walk under and use in their houses. This pack is very much focused on the gameplay. So here I'm just putting in my laundry / office area, which probably seems like a really odd combination, but I thought, hey, it's a Star Wars pack, it's supposed to be a Star Wars build, maybe the norms of interiors and the way we lay out our houses are completely thrown out the window here. And it's only supposed to be like a little starter home. I don't think it's in the starter home budget. And you can see how little light the windows are bringing in. And I just use the big hanging lights in the kitchen and the living room, because I guess these ones are okay, but that's only because I have the lower level height to be on like the medium height walls, and that is the only reason that they're suitable. The outside we have quite nice, like what would you call them, like wall coverings for the outside of houses. I do quite enjoy that, but again, I don't know whether I'd use it for houses that aren't Star Wars themed. I'm not sure how much I would use it, because it kind of looks like mud. And then I found it quite difficult to figure out the roof, and not because I just made it a weird layout, but because how does a roof look on a Star Wars house? What kind of roofing should it be? Should there even be a roof, or should it just be flat? So I think I ended up just going with just a normal, what I would call a normal roof. But I'm not convinced that it works. I'm really not convinced that it works as a roof for a Star Wars build, but I just didn't know how to roof it. I didn't want to just leave it as a flat top. But I guess as more people play the pack, we'll kind of figure out what we're supposed to do with it and how it kind of fits together. Because there'll be people out there who are, avid Star Wars fans, and they'll know how exactly they want to have their builds, I guess. And it'll be interesting to see how many of these people are avid Star Wars fans and also play The Sims. It'll be interesting to see. So here I'm struggling with the roof. I knew this is what the trim color I wanted, but then I just didn't know what kind of roof texture to go for. I thought this kind of like smooth, concrete-y look would be okay, but I feel like it wasn't really the right color for the house. So I ended up going for kind of a similar orangey color, but with more of a texture. I felt that looked better than the smooth, as it wasn't the right color, whereas the variation of these tiles looked a lot better, I felt. I do like this new fence that we have. Again, I think the design on it is specifically like Star Wars themed. I think there's like a meaningful symbol on them that I don't know if the symbol means anything or not, but here we go. And we have some new outdoor patio kind of stonework things, and I do like these. These are really good. So along with that outdoor table and chairs, these are the favorite things to come out of this pack. These are the best things to come out of this pack. And if you buy things just for build and buy items, like you're a builder, you don't do gameplay, I honestly don't think this pack is worth it if you are just looking to build things. I really don't. It looks like there's so many things that comes with this pack, but really very few of them are actually stuff that you can make a house out of. So I've had to use a lot of base game. And unless you want all your houses to look kind of from space, then again, I don't think this pack is for you. There's very few things in this pack that I enjoy and can put in my builds. It's a really odd one, and I just don't understand how the Sims creators thought this was a good move. You know what I do think is a good move? I think we should have another holiday world, but it should be a cruise ship. And you're able to design like a honeymoon suite, you can have little cabins, and it's just a boat on the water, and you can do all these different activities, and you can maybe visit like a tropical island as well, like a little just a one-off island. I think that would be cool, like having honeymoons, and then building honeymoons into the game, because it would be nice. I feel that would be a nice extension to the game, and that would have been a nice game pack. Or even like a proper farming pack. People were really hyped when they thought eco lifestyle was going to be all about farming. Like, I'm talking, maybe we should have like cows and chickens and pigs, like bring more animals into the game, and be able to have a wheat farm and rice farms, and have more things so you can build like an orchard and a vineyard, and maybe you can make, I guess you can already make juice, but maybe you could make something else or something, I don't know. But there are so many other things that I feel that would have been more worthwhile to the sim community, and I don't think Star Wars is on that list. But this is what we've ended up with, and I'm kind of excited to become a Jedi, I guess. It's not, I don't know, it's not really my thing. I did have fun building this house. It is a nice little house. It's different to what it's different to the style that I normally build, obviously, because it's so odd. And this wallpaper here, so we didn't get many interior walls. We got like things that I thought would be really suitable for outside, but these interior walls, I don't think they're meant for the inside. But I put this like stripy one on the inside everywhere apart from the bathroom, and I just used plain wooden floor because we didn't get any interior floors. We only got those 4 variations of the stones. So it's just plain wooden flooring in the house with that striped wallpaper. I don't even know what it's meant to be. Maybe it's meant to be like layers of dirt, because all the other walls are kind of like dirt themed. I'm really unsure. And then I had this garden to fill, and again, there's not much stuff to put outside. There's a few statues and some potted plants, and you can get like all these crates. You can get like 7 different types of decorative boxes, and you can get this tent. But again, I'm not sure what all of these items are for. I think you really have to play the game. You have to go through the gameplay in order to understand what kind of things you want in your build, or whether they're even worth anything to your house, whether it's worth having them at your home. A lot of the items I think are meant for just being in the Batuu world, and so it's really hard to say how useful all of the items are because I haven't done the gameplay, and I guess it's something you have to figure out as you play the game. But again, the items aren't really for everyday Sims games. Like if I went to go build a house in like Willow Creek or Glimmerbrook, I wouldn't be using the Star Wars packs, I don't think. Maybe the potted plants, maybe the bench, maybe the stone paths outside, but nothing else from this pack is really worth a normal. Like, I guess some of the chairs you could use for eco lifestyle because they look quite rustic and like they've been found in a dumpster. And there are some things that also could be suited for Strangerville. But again, Strangerville is one of those packs where it's more of a gameplay pack, and unless you really enjoy Strangerville and building a Strangerville house, again, there's not much you can do with the Star Wars build and buy items. Like, how many of you use the Strangerville items in your everyday builds? I don't think I use a Strangerville pack at all, really. So I don't know whether Star Wars is just going to end up back on that pile with Strangerville. So you can see I'm now decorating the outside with these crates, these statues. There's some outdoor lights which are quite funky. But there's not much else you can put in the garden. We didn't get any new trees, no new flowers, no new bushes. We didn't even get like a new stone. Like, there wasn't anything apart from statues and lights to decorate the outside with. I've reviewed the pack. I've gone through all the cast items. I've gone through the build and buy items. I've now built a house, and I still don't understand this pack. I still don't understand the pack. So I really think, or I'm really hoping, that doing a let's play through this will help me understand what the pack is for. I was gonna try and do a rags to riches, but I think because I don't understand the Star Wars pack, I don't think I'd even understand how to go from 0 to something using the Star Wars gameplay, and so I'm just going to do a let's play and see where it takes me. So here I'm going in and changing the colours of the wallpaper and the flooring in the bathroom because it seemed so bright compared to the rest of the house. The rest of the house is so dark with that lighting because there was no ceiling lights suitable for the house. So this is the finished product. I've got a pretty empty garden which they can fill during the let's play. And I think I've got all the basic areas covered. But let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more from me. Just let me know your thoughts and feelings. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube and Twitter, all at MissAlexGracie, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!